Not much is known about the crew prior to the killings, other than their leader, Robin Gecht. He was employed at PDM Contractors, which was coincidentally owned by fellow serial killer and rapist John Wayne Gacy. On May 23, 1981, the crew abducted their first victim, a prostitute named Linda Sutton. A body was found 10 days later after police responded to a call about a bad smell at a motel outside of Chicago. Initially believing the smell was coming from a dead deer, police found Sutton's body in a field behind the motel. She had been handcuffed, stabbed, mutilated, and had her left breast amputated. Because of her body's condition, police managed to identify her through digital and dental records. Despite efforts to identify her killer, the case went cold. A year later, on May 15, 1982, they abducted another woman, Lori Borowski, just as she was about to open the realtor's office where she worked. While investigating the case, detective and hypnosis John Milner decided to hypnotize several people who were in the area at the time of Lori's disappearance. One of them recalled seeing a red van at the mall parking lot, but this turned up nothing. With no important leads, Lori's case went cold. A body was discovered 5 months later in a cemetery in Villa Park. Over the course of 4 months, the gang abducted and killed several more women in the Chicago area. Days after killing Lori, Shubma was abducted from Hanover Park, and her body was not found for 4 months. 2 weeks later, they abducted a prostitute named Angel York and mutilated her while she was still alive before throwing her out of the van. York survived and gave a description of her attackers, but it failed to produce any leads in the case, and it went cold. Months later, they abducted, strangled, and stabbed a teenage prostitute named Sandra Delaware before dumping her body in the Chicago River. A month later, they killed a woman named Rose Davis and dumped her body in an alleyway. Her body had injuries most identical to those inflicted on Delaware. A month after killing Davis, they abducted their last known victim, prostitute Beverly Washington. They mutilated her body. She was found by a railroad track on December 6th, barely alive. She was able to give a description of the men who attacked her and their van. Gecht was eventually arrested and almost released due to lack of evidence, but further investigation revealed that Gecht had rented a room in a motel with 3 friends, each with adjoining rooms. The manager of the hotel told police they appealed to be involved in some kind of cult. Shortly after, police identified the other man, Edward Spreitzer, and the Kokoraleis brothers. They soon confessed to the murders. After a series of trials, Gecht, Spreitzer, and Thomas Kokoraleis were sentenced to life in prison. Thomas's brother Andrew, on the other hand, was executed by lethal injection. He was the last inmate to be executed in Illinois. On March 29, 2019, Thomas Kokoraleis was released on parole.